And once you get the chicken with the skin off and major chunks of fat off, now make sure you wash it. Now you have your chicken, got your pan, got the pan on medium high. I've let it get pretty hot inside here, so when this chicken hits the pan it should start to sizzle. Take 5 of your pieces of chicken and then get in here and start cooking. It's going to be about 4 minutes on each side. Where you put your pepper on. You will not be adding pepper to the broth any later than this, so this is all the pepper you're going to put in. Going to also add some garlic. I buy these great big things at Sam's. Just take a nice little spoonful and dump it in there. That's going to be all the garlic you put in too for the rest of the meal. Let this thing cook. I put nothing in the pan itself. It's just the chicken, whatever fat's left on it. And the moisture is going to come from that. And as you're cooking the next batch of pieces of chicken, you're going to want again add a little pepper. You don't need to put in more garlic. But again, pepper to what you think is going to be the amount you normally put in chicken soup. And while that chicken's cooking, you're going to want to take a whole medium onion. Three large stalks of celery. Split them down the middle and then cut them in half or thirds. You're going to want to cook them in this state. You don't want to cut them up in little pieces yet. We'll get to that. And you want to take carrots. I prefer these little baby carrots. They're already peeled and everything. Take a couple handfuls. Okay, now that the chicken is cooked, 4 minutes on each side, all 10 pieces. Going to pull those from the pan, stick them aside. Now, there's going to be a lot of good stuff sitting in the bottom of this pan. This is all going to be things that we're going to cook into the soup. I'm going to take 1 cup of water. Be careful. The pan's going to be hot. Turn your heat up to high because you want to bring this to a boil. Now I said make broth earlier. We're not. I use Swanson's already pre-made chicken broth with less sodium. Again, you have not seen me add any salt to this whole process here. And all the salt is going to be natural or from this pre-made broth by Swanson. You want. I prefer this one. The other ones seem a little less chicken. You're going to get this going. You're going to get this up to a boil. Yeah, look at that. Almost looks like soup. Well, minus all the crap we're going to put in it. We're going to dump our carrots, onion, celery into the broth. And we're going to bring this up to a boil. Okay, now it's boiling. Boiling pretty good too. Now you're going to take your chicken. You're going to place all 10 pieces into this broth. It'll of course bring the temperature down a little bit. So it won't be rolling boil anymore. And as soon as you get all 10 pieces in, be careful, that water's still going to come. Just get all those in. You're going to set a timer for 40 minutes and let that cook on low heat for 40 minutes. 40 minutes are up. It's time now to take the chicken out and the vegetables out of the broth. So you're going to take the chicken, put it on that newly washed platter. The chicken's got to cool. Now the chicken is completely cooked now. As a matter of fact, one of these pieces is going to go onto a separate little plate. And it's going to be a nice little snack while we're waiting for the rest of this to prepare. Now the chicken is out. Now we're going to get the vegetables out. I use one of these little strainers and just dip it out. Try to drain as much of the fluid out as possible. These vegetables are also cooked all the way through. Cool. I'm going to take 3/4 cup of barley. And You're going to pour it in there. You turn the heat back up. You're going to bring this back up to a boil. And once this gets back up to a boil, it shouldn't take very long because again this is very hot already. You're going to turn it back to low heat and let that simmer for about 35 to 40 minutes. Now the chicken has had enough time to cool down. There's still about a good 8 minutes before the barley is going to be finished. What you want to do is start gripping and ripping the chicken. You want to start shredding it with your fingers. Like so. You can do this with all 9 remaining pieces. Remember, one piece we ate as a snack because, well, it's what cooks are supposed to do. Taste their food as they go. Might as well grab an extra little piece of chicken there. What's it going to hurt, right? And you're going to want to chop up the vegetables. So, bring those out on a cutting board. Again, we're not going to do anything fancy here. Kind of a rustic soup, as it were, so the pieces don't need to be uniform. So you cut the celery. Again, this is all cooled off, so you can grab it with your nice clean hands, dirty hands doing this and kind of cooking. Again, you want these in chunks. Try not to get any of your finger in there because it's chicken soup, not cooked soup. Now that your chicken is shredded, the barley is finished cooking. Oh yeah. Barley's got to be at least 3 times the size it was when it went in. You're going to add your chicken. Be careful, again, the broth is hot. You want to turn your heat up to about medium. You're going to add your vegetables. Get all of it in there. And about a 1/4 cup of chopped parsley. And you're going to want to stir all this together. And for about 4 to 5 minutes on medium heat, covered. Let that soup all heat up. It'll be time to eat. After that 5 minutes or so has passed, the soup is now ready to eat. Bon appetit!